So today, in this explainer, we're talking about the life of actress Kelley Mack. It was a life that was all too brief, but just incredibly bright. You probably know her from her work on screen, but it's her story of talent, courage, and just resilience in the face of a sudden illness that has really moved so many people. Her family, I think, captured it best
with this powerful statement, "Such a bright, fervent light." You know, those words, they just echo through every memory being shared about her. It really frames her story not by the illness she fought, but by the brilliant light she truly was. And wow, what a bright light she was. Before her illness, Kelley Mack was this really dynamic and rising performer, building a career that was just packed with diverse and memorable roles. A lot of people, right, they recognize her as Addie from The Walking Dead, but her creative reach was so much wider than that. She wasn't only an actor, she was a creator. She actually produced 5 of her own projects. And you could find her work pretty much everywhere, from big network dramas like Chicago Med and 911, all the way to lending her voice to the Oscar-winning Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. She was a true, versatile working artist through and through. But then, in late 2024, her life took a really unexpected turn. And it all started with something that, honestly, many of us might just dismiss.
Persistent lower back pain. You know, at first she thought it was just a slipped disc, but pretty soon the symptoms changed into something way more alarming. This strange nerve-like itching, and then these sharp shooting pains down her legs. It became really clear this was no simple back injury,
and things just escalated incredibly fast. I mean, within just a few weeks of that first back pain, the symptoms got way more intense. The turning point came on Thanksgiving Eve of all days, when an MRI revealed the source of her pain. And it was devastating, an abnormal mass on her spinal cord. So that discovery, it led to a truly devastating diagnosis. But Kelley's response, it was one of just incredible strength and a very public determination. In January of 2025, she got the official diagnosis, diffuse midline glioma. Now, this is a rare and highly aggressive grade 4 cancerous tumor. It grows in the supportive tissue of the central nervous system, which makes it incredibly hard to treat. It put her in the fight of her life. Her treatment path was absolutely grueling. The initial biopsy, which was necessary, tragically cost her partial use of her legs. She then had to endure months of intense proton radiation. But what was so remarkable was her response to it all. She shared her entire journey with this incredible openness, documenting her painful rehab on social media and inspiring thousands as she literally fought to relearn how to walk. Her spirit was just unbreakable. But despite her fierce determination and the incredible progress she was making, the aggressive nature of the cancer was just relentless. Her journey came to an end in August of 2025. Kelley Mack was just 33 years old. 33. It's one of those numbers that's just hard to absorb, you know? It represents a life of so much promise that was cut tragically short. She passed away peacefully on August 2nd, back in her hometown of Cincinnati. And what's so important is that she wasn't alone. She was surrounded by the love of her mother, Kristen, and her aunt. So, in the wake of this loss, the focus is now turning to remembering her, remembering the work, the spirit, and the legacy that she leaves behind. And her legacy, it's tangible. In a career that spanned just over a decade, she racked up 35 acting credits and produced 5 of her own creative projects. That right there, it speaks volumes about her dedication and her passion. This wasn't just a job for her. It was her life's work, and it's something that remains for all of us to see and appreciate.
Her given name was Kelley Lynn Clevenow, though, of course, the world knew her as Kelley Mack. And to honor her memory, her family is holding celebrations of her life in both her Ohio hometown and her professional home of Los Angeles, really bringing together the many, many communities that she touched.
You know, Kelley Mack's story leaves us with a final, and I think, essential question. How does a legacy of such light and fierce determination actually endure? Her life is just this powerful testament that a person's impact isn't measured in years, but in the brightness of the light they share with the world.